Hey YouTube, how you doing? Biggie here, how's everything? And welcome to another movie review. Today's movie review, I'm going to be reviewing a film that I really enjoy. It's a classic. It's a totally classic thriller slash crime comedy. I really love it. If you're a fan of Quentin Tarantino's films like me, I'm going to be reviewing one of his films today. It's called Pulp Fiction. Yep, Pulp Fiction was released in the fall of 1994, and it's written and directed by Quentin Tarantino from a story he conceived from Roger Avary. And this movie was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, and it only won 1 Academy Award. It won Best Screenplay, written directly for the screen, and Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avary won that. And it won a Golden Globe for Best Screenplay Motion Picture as well, and other awards like a few MTV Movie Awards and National Society of Film Critics Awards. And this film was so great, and it had a great cast and crew. I enjoy it. Yep. This film has a lot of celebrities in it, as you can see right here. The plot of this film is about two hit guys slash hitmen, Vincent Vega, played by John Travolta, and Jules Winfield, played by Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, the plot about is the two guys, the hitmen with a penchant for philosophical discussions. Yeah, in this ultra hip multi-strain comedy crime movie, their storyline is interwoven with those of their crime boss, gangster Marcellus Wallace, played by Ving Rhames, whatever, and his actress wife Mia, played by Uma Thurman. She the scene when I remember the scene that movie when she OD'd on drugs nearly, and the drug dealer played by Eric Stoltz, where Vincent bought from when they put a syringe in her. 1, 2, 3. He's like, ah, yeah, yeah. And also, it's about struggling boxer Butch Coolidge, played by Bruce Willis, and his Portuguese accent girlfriend Fabine or whatever, played by Maria de Medeiros, and Master Fixer Wolf, name played by Winston Wolf, played by Harvey Keitel, after Vincent and Jules shoot a guy, Marvin, played by Phil LaMarr, one of Marcellus Wallace's business guys or whatever. Yeah, after and then they clean out a car, Winston's car and everything, and yeah, the blood and I don't want to say, but and that's when they switch them. They clean up all their clothes. I remember that scene, and clean up the blood, and they go from suits and tie to t-shirts and shorts and flip-flops. Yeah, I remember that. And yeah, and this is also about a nervous pair of armed robbers couple, Pumpkin, played by Tim Roth, and Honey Bunny, played by Amanda Plummer. While Pumpkin, his real name was Ringo, and Honey Bunny, his real name was Yolanda, and that was mentioned during the epilogue at the end of the movie when they were attempting to rob a diner. However, it does show them attempting to rob the diner in the beginning, but it continues in the epilogue in the end, and Jules decides to help him, and he and Vincent put an end to the robbery, and Jules helps Ringo. He gives him $1,500 cash out of his wallet, and I love the Samuel L. Jackson, Jules Winfield's wallet in the movie. It says "Bad Mother F her," and I really love that scene. And Samuel L. Jackson, he's famous for saying the MF word, and I really love Samuel L. Jackson. He is so funny, and he did a very good job in this film, as well as all the actors and cast and crew as well. Also, in the beginning of the scene, I remember the the apartment scene involving Jules and Vincent when they were interrogating Brett, played by Frank Whaley, and his buddies. But Jules was interrogating them, especially Brett, and tell him that they were associates with their business partner, Marcellus Wallace. And that's when Samuel Jackson's famous MF line was in, when he yelled at Brett, and he's like, English, mother, do you speak it? Yeah. And he's like, yes. And you know what I'm saying? Yes. And he kept threatening to shoot him. He threatened to shoot Brett if he kept saying what when Jules asked him, what does Marcellus Wallace look like? Yeah, but he shot him in the shoulder, and when that scene, does he look like a B-word? He's like, no! Yeah, and then eventually, in the whole scene with what he says about the Bible, the Ezekiel 25:17 part, yeah, and that's when they fortunately ended up killing Brett, yeah, and this whole movie was so great. I mean, everything about this movie, it was just, is very crazy, but in a fun and entertaining way, especially with Quentin Tarantino and his movies. No, his movies are known for being violent, but in a fun and entertaining way, and he is a good director, in my opinion, especially this film. He did a very good job directing and writing this film, and Pulp Fiction is one of the best films of 1994, in my opinion, as well as, at least even on my list, one of the best films, most favorite films of 1994, alongside The Mask, the animated Lion King, the Santa Claus, and the Shawshank Redemption as well. And Pulp Fiction is the best as well. Yeah, and this movie did so good. I mean, even with the Academy Awards, it has a 8.8 out of a 10 on IMDb, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 95% on Metacritic, and a 91% of Google users like this film. And the New York Times says it's a work of blazing originality. It places Quentin Tarantino in the front ranks of American filmmakers, and it's considered one of AFI's 100 greatest American movies of all time, and is listed on Time Magazine's all-time 100 best films. And it has been called, quite simply, the most exhilarating piece of filmmaking to come along in the 90s. Owen Gleiberman of Entertainment Weekly unquestionably the most influential American movie of the 90s, says Richard Corliss of Time Magazine. And yeah, critics audience worldwide hailed Pulp Fiction as the star-studded motion picture that redefined cinema in the 20th century, and it's the seven-time Academy Award nominated, including Best Picture. Yep, and I strongly agree with the big majority of the critics on this, and especially the film. It did pretty well. It had an 8.8 out of an 8 to $8.5 million budget, and it scored scored $213.9 million at the box office. So yeah, this film deserves it. It is fantastic. I'm telling you, if you've never ever seen Pulp Fiction before, I recommend you go check it out today. You will not be sorry. All right, YouTube. Nice seeing you. Take it easy. Be safe and stay out of trouble. Peace.